Hello to all beautiful, lovely souls from AdiSveta. Why synchronicities increase before your life changes forever? There comes a moment on every spiritual journey when reality begins to feel different. You notice the same numbers appearing everywhere. A song begins playing the exact moment you need to hear its message. Someone you have been thinking about suddenly calls. A dream lingers with unusual clarity. The same butterfly, the same feather, the same symbol, the same words seem to follow you wherever you go. At first, you dismiss it as a coincidence, but eventually something within you whispers, what if none of this is random? Across cultures and throughout history, mystics have described these moments not as supernatural interpretations, but as a gentle reminder that consciousness itself is awakening. They are not here to determine your destiny. They are invitations to become aware of one who is creating it. Most of us move through life asleep to its deeper rhythms. We wake up, we follow routines, we chase goals, we worry about tomorrow, and slowly, without realizing it, we begin living almost entirely through a habit. Then life interrupts us, sometimes through loss, sometimes through love, sometimes through suffering, sometimes through an unexplainable longing that whispers, there has to be more. It is often during these moments that synchronicities begin appearing, not because the universe has suddenly decided to speak to you, but because your awareness has finally become quiet enough to listen. The ancient sages of Advaita Vedanta taught that the great illusion is separation, not merely separation between people, but the belief that we are separate from the existence itself. When this illusion begins to dissolve, even slightly, the world no longer appears as a collection of random events. Instead, life begins revealing an invisible harmony. The conversation you have, the books that you find, the people who enter your life, the dreams that stay with you, even the moments that once felt accidental begins to carry an unusual sense of meaning. Nothing may have changed externally, yet everything begins feeling different. This is why so many people begin noticing repeating numbers during periods of profound transformation. The triple ones, the triple twos, the triple threes and the fours, and so on. Whether you see them as angel numbers, symbolic reminders, or simple moments that capture your attention, perhaps their greatest purpose is not to predict the future. Perhaps they exist to interpret the unconscious momentum of the mind. For just one moment, you stop, you breathe, you become present, and presence has always been the doorway through which awakening enters. Maybe the numbers themselves are not the message. Maybe your awareness is. Then there are the thoughts that refuse to leave, a place you suddenly feel called to visit, a person who keeps returning to your mind, a question that echoes through your heart for weeks or months. We often assume these repetitive thoughts as distractions, but what if some of them are invitations? Not every thought deserves to be followed. Yet, certain thoughts arrive with an unusual stillness. They do not create fear. They do not create urgency. They simply remain, quietly waiting, until we are willing to listen. Intuition rarely shouts. It whispers. Perhaps you're also noticing another kind of synchronicity. You meet someone who feels strangely familiar. A complete stranger speaks the exact words your heart needed to hear. A book falls from a shelf. A conversation answers a prayer you have never spoken aloud. A child asks a question that completely changes the way you see your own life. These moments often feel too perfectly timed to ignore. Not because life has become magical overnight, but because consciousness has become repetitive enough to notice the extraordinary woven into the ordinary. Carl Jung called these experiences meaningful coincidences, events that may have no obvious cause and effect relationship, yet carry profound personal significance. Notice that word, meaningful. Meaning cannot be measured. It is experienced. The same white feather may simply be a feather to another person and a deeply moving reminder to another. The same sunrise, the same song, the same sentence can awaken something entirely different depending upon the state of your consciousness. Life speaks a symbolic language the soul has always understood. Symbols long before the intellect tried to explain them. Buddhist teachings offer another beautiful perspective. The awakened mind does not necessarily experience a different world. It experiences the same world with different eyes. As the mind becomes less distracted by endless thinking, reality begins revealing layers that were always present. The breeze feels more alive. Silence feels fuller. Ordinary moments become extraordinary. Perhaps synchronicities are less about extraordinary events and more about extraordinary awareness. Eventually, the signs themselves become another attachment. The purpose of every synchronicity is not to keep you searching outside yourself. Its purpose is to gently guide you back within. Because the deepest guidance has never lived in numbers. It has never lived in symbols. It has never lived in feathers or dreams. It has always lived in awareness itself. Perhaps this is why synchronicities seem to increase before your life changes forever. Not because destiny has already been written, but because your consciousness is becoming capable of writing a different chapter. You begin making different choices, responding instead of reacting, trusting instead of fearing, listening instead of forcing. And as your inner world transforms, your outer experiences begin reflecting that transformation. The signs were never creating your future. They were quietly accompanying your awakening. So next time when you notice 11:11, or dream that same dream twice, or meet exactly that right person at exactly the right time, pause, take one conscious breath. Instead of asking, what is the universe trying to tell me? Ask something even deeper. What within me has become awake enough to notice this? Because perhaps the greatest miracle is not the universe is sending you signs. Perhaps the greatest miracle is that you are finally remembering how to say it. Every synchronicity is an invitation, not to become dependent on the mystery, but to awaken the awareness from which all mysteries arise. Because the greatest synchronicity is not seeing 11:11 on that dream. It is the moment you realize that the awareness observing every number, every dream, every coincidence has remained unchanged throughout your entire life. That awareness is your true nature. It is timeless. It is whole. It has never been separate from the infinite. And perhaps that remembrance is where your greatest transformation truly begins. Until next time, this is AdiSveta, your journey to remembrance. And may your awareness deepen, your heart remain open, and may every synchronicity remind you not of something outside yourself, but of the infinite present that has always lived within you.